Okay, I'm getting ready to show you how to alter a photo with a little bit more depth. So let's say I have this great picture of a cat. In this case, we took a decent photo with good natural light in it, so it looks pretty good, but the red couch just isn't quite right. You need this to be, say, blue. I'm going to try and change this red couch to blue. So first thing you want to do is go to the layers palette, and anytime I'm going to do anything kind of crazy and radical and I'm not sure if it's going to work, I always just copy one of my layers. So in this case, I'm going to copy this layer, and I'm just going to turn the eyeball off on the one underneath it. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and make a selection because I want to change the red in the couch, but I don't want to change the red in the cat, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use my magic wand tool here, make sure I have this layer selected. I'm going to just try and hold down the shift key, and that'll keep adding to your selection. I'm just going to try and make as accurate a selection as I can here with this cat. Try and catch as many of these pixels as I can in there just to get the shape of it. Doesn't matter if it's quite perfect or not, just so long as I'm getting the kind of gist of it, right? So then we just want to go in here and we want to make a layer mask on this, and what that'll do is that will knock out the rest of the background here and just kind of knock out that cat so that all I can see is the cat. So I'm going to click this little icon down here, which is for a layer mask, and you can see it's automatically over here made a kind of a black mask that's going to kind of cover up all the extra stuff that's in the image and just give me those pixels. So as long as you want to make sure you have your layer mask selected, so you want to make sure there's this little kind of bracket thing around that layer mask there. And then you want to go over here to the eraser, and I'm just going to try and add and tidy this up. So the eraser is erasing that black mask, if you will, and it's just kind of tidying this thing up. So you can always adjust your opacity and your flow for your eraser brush. You can change the size of the brush, selecting one of these brushes up here. Make it as fine or big as you want to. And we're just going to go in here and try and get as much of this cat, the cat fur as we can get, right? And so mostly just I'm going to use this as like a backup over the other thing that I'm going to do here where I change the color of the couch. So if I go in here and kind of like, just look for the cat's ear, especially the important places, and I'm really trying to capture anything that's got that orange cat color in it. If I make a mistake, like let's say I shoot over here, oh no, now I'm revealing some of the red couch that's underneath this. So what I want to do there is I just want to switch back over to my brush. So you go up here to the brush tool, select that, and then you can go in there and that kind of serves. And now I'm painting that black mask back over, going back over the top of what I had erased. So switch back to the eraser, finish this up real quick, get as much of this stuff as I can, try to clean it up, and then we should be pretty much ready to roll. So if I make any mistakes, I can go in there and really get in detail, but I'll go pretty fast for the rest of this demo. So, okay, so once I have that done, I kind of have my cat backup, right? If I turn this layer 0 back on, you're not going to see anything that I just did. I can turn that eyeball off if I want to. And I'm just going to work on layer 0 for now. I'm just going to kind of tweak that. So what we want to do is we want to replace this red color in the couch with blue. We want to try and change it to a blue couch. So if I go up here and I go to my image mode, image edit. So I want to go up here to Image, Adjustments, Replace Color. I'm going to click on that. And here I have the kind of familiar eyedropper tool, right? So I want to just click on this red couch someplace. And I want to say, okay, I want to select all of those pixels that have that red tint to them. And you can adjust the kind of sensitivity of your selection here by cranking up or down the fuzziness. And then this will be the new color. So I'm going to take this color selected is going to replace that color with this. So I'll just move blue over here someplace, like, let's see, try and get a little bit more of like kind of a grayish blue color. And you can see the preview over here that helps you kind of see what's actually happening in there. And so, you know, that doesn't look too bad. I'll click on that. You can see I've got all the spill over these places here that I didn't really want to, that didn't actually catch. So if I click on the plus eyedropper tool, I can go in here and select that, and it should help me get those extra pixels, anything I missed. Just kind of continuing to add to that selection. And I can really crank up my fuzziness if I want to, and really kind of start replacing that blue, or the red with the blue. So I can crank that up as much as I want, try and make it look as natural as possible. You can adjust the hue, so the intensity of it. You can adjust the saturation, so you can crank that down a little bit if you want, and the lightness of the whole thing as well. So, but you can see it's kind of made my cat a little bit less orange, right? It's made the cat a lot more kind of like gray, and that doesn't look quite as good as I might want it to. But if I click OK on this, now this layer has been changed, and I have blue couch that looks pretty decent. But what I've done here, since I've created this layer mask up here above it, I can click that on, and now I get my orange cat back, right? So the orange cat looks better, looks much more kind of natural. And then if I select that layer mask again, and I use my paintbrush, I can go in here and kind of fix these areas that are all messed up. Use the eraser tool also to go in there and fix things. And I can add to my layer so that it stops. There you go. So now we're catching that up again. And I can just kind of stop that extra red. And it doesn't really matter if I go a little bit over, because I have that first layer on top of the second one, so the second one's still got that information in it that'll kind of help it look a little more natural. So I can go in here and kind of clean this up, fix it up, and all of a sudden I have my orange cat on a blue couch, which you know, may or may not serve your purposes better, but it's a way of adjusting photos and altering them. The replace color and then layer masks, both important concepts in what we're doing.